Hello there, and welcome back to the News Project Live on GNAT-TV's Facebook page. I'm Andrew McKeever, the news director at GNAT-TV's News Project. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. It's a pleasure to have you with us today on Friday, February 12th. A little digital glitch there. Apologize for that. Anyway, almost Valentine's Day, so that's good. That means that winter is sort of on its way out the door. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm at the point where I've had enough snow and cold weather for at least this winter. I'm sure that's not the way all of you feel, particularly you skiing folks. Anyway, on to the news, and we'll just we have a few things to cover. We have a new testing site that's opened in Manchester. Well, it opened yesterday. It'll be open on Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. over at the Park House at the Rec Park, and the Vermont National Guard is basically running the operation. Was over there yesterday and had a chance to check it out, and they're doing a great job. So it's a pretty much of a walk-in kind of situation. Don't need to make an appointment. It didn't seem like anyway. Uh, but the chance to get one of those PCR tests. So particularly as you all I'm sure are aware, we've had a bit of an uptick happening in Bennington County for COVID cases in recent weeks. That seems to be tapering off. We'll have a little more information about that in a moment, but another opportunity to kind of get tested just in case you think you might be displaying a few symptoms. There also is going to be a testing clinic opening on Saturdays, at least this coming Saturday the 13th and the following Saturday the 20th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Northshire Medical Campus of the Southwestern Vermont Medical Center. Also, up on Stratton, there'll be a daily testing site from either 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. or from 2 to 5, at least through February 20th up there. So more testing sites opening up as the state has been concerned about the rise in the number of cases in Bennington County and Rutland County as well. But anyway, that's going to be in addition to, those sites will be in addition to the one that's ongoing daily at the Southwestern Vermont Medical Center in Bennington, and also another clinic at 120 McKinley Street. And testing is also available up at the Rutland Regional Medical Center in Rutland. So I just wanted to say before we went on too much farther, if you want to get further information about some of the stories we're talking about here on this little weekly update, check the comments section of the Facebook page, and you can get either some links or some places to go to for more information as we go along. Anyway, as I was saying, as of yesterday, Thursday the 11th, Bennington County was number 2 in the state in terms of total cases over the last 2 weeks, but unfortunately number 1 on a per capita basis. Chittenden County is the leader in terms of total numbers of cases and just raw numbers, but obviously a lot more people live in Chittenden County than live in Bennington, so on a per capita basis, we're unfortunately occupying the top spot there. However, there is some good news we can see. Yes, as of yesterday, there were 122 new cases reported statewide. 23 of those were in Bennington County, but as of today, the state is reporting 162 new cases, so that's not good news, 40 more than the day before, but a decline of 10, down to 13 new cases in Bennington County. In Bennington County, we've had a total of 244 new cases altogether over the past 2 weeks. So it seems like maybe that's stabilizing. We'll see. Too early to tell, I guess. Over the 3 weeks or so from the middle of January until early February, a number of cases in Bennington County and Rutland counties skyrocketed, increasing by about 75%. So hopefully we're seeing that we're on the back end of that situation, which the health commissioner, Dr. Mark Levine, has been describing at the governor's twice weekly press conferences as community spread, not a specific event like we saw at the skating rink in Washington County back last November, but more just sort of general spreading as folks go get together or meet up in social gatherings. There's also been some thought that maybe that's due to some of the people who are coming in from New York, who work in Vermont or who get health care in the state, and whether or not some of them might be due to folks coming to enjoy themselves at Vermont ski areas. That's why that testing clinic at Stratton is so important. And I believe I also heard them say just recently, just earlier this morning at the governor's press conference today, that there was also going to be one at Bromley as well. So we'll see. Regionally, the numbers are starting to look better. So hopefully, if there's sort of a regional aspect to all of this, we'll see some improvement on that front as well. Also going to be doing a little short segment on that news testing site, so point your browsers to GNAT-TV.org, and you'll be able to catch that, or you'll be able to watch it on one of our 3 television channels. So hopefully you find it kind of interesting. I sure did. Meanwhile, up at the governor's press conference, which ended about 10 or 15 minutes ago, the governor's big announcement of the day was basically that next Tuesday, February 16th, vaccination registrations will open for those who are 70 years old and older, expanding it beyond the 75 and older age band that had been in place up to now. You can apply to get your to register and create an account on the state's Department of Health website. You can also try calling them, but they're strongly urging you to do it online. They're looking to sometime in March when they might be able to expand it to the next age bracket, 65 years old and older, and so on as we go forward. So far, a little over 13% of all the people in Bennington County have been vaccinated. That makes us the 3rd highest total in the state after Chittenden and Rutland counties. The governor also said that he will be extending the state emergency order for another month come next Monday, the 15th. That basically is just a continuation of the legal authority to continue to take measures to combat the spread of the COVID-19 virus. They'll also be issuing some new guidance on music instruction in schools. Both the governor and Secretary of Education Dan French made comments to the effect that they're well aware that while schools are operating less than 100% in person and having extracurricular activities curtailed, that's also having a very negative effect. It may be important from the overall health standpoint to keep people as safe as possible from COVID, but there's also a downside to that. And so, as they attempt to open up school sports, which was a topic they talked about this past Tuesday, today it was the turn of the music departments in schools to learn that they'll be getting some a little more freedom to do some rehearsing and possibly performing going forward. Secretary French did say that rehearsals would be limited to 30 minutes. There will be no audiences allowed for the performances. Presumably those would be live streamed, so folks would watch them that way. There would be a 6 by 6 foot different distance between all musicians. For you trombone players, that's going to be a 6 by 9 foot difference between you and the next door neighbor. But anyway, good news there. Hopefully that will lead to even more ability to begin to relax some of these restrictions and get things sort of on track to be back to normal. Otherwise, the Manchester Journal was reporting this week that the Arlington Select Board voted to end a project that had been in the works for a couple of years to acquire about 400 acres on Red Mountain and develop some hiking trails and kind of grow it as a bit of a recreation area. That proposal has been shelved. That grew out of the discussions that happened earlier with the Arlington Area Renewal Project. That was one of the projects that one of the committees was working on. They had been conducting a fundraising campaign and apparently had acquired enough funds to buy the property, but some of the neighbors who, particularly those, I guess, living adjacent to the access point along Wilcox Road off of Route 313, were kind of concerned that this would lead to a lot more traffic, cars coming up the road, parking, and the road isn't really designed for that sort of thing. There was concerns expressed by folks at the select board meeting about the hiking trail having an impact on hunting and ATV riding, and that it would simply take what a neighborhood that had been a quiet kind of calm place and just simply had a lot more vehicles onto the road, and there were concerns about that expressed. So the select board voted 4-1 to basically put a stop to the project, at least for now. Unclear if those concerns could be met in some way and a middle ground found to eventually resume that. But as of now, that project, which involved, like I said, about 400 acres, is not going to be going forward any further. And finally, just a quick note, Neil McIntyre, who has served as the principal of the Floodbrook School up in Londonderry, will be leaving. Today is going to be his last day. I guess he had been planning to leave at the end of the school year, but now will be leaving earlier. He has been granted, according to the Manchester Journal, a leave of absence for the remainder of the year. And Jackie Wilson, who has had some experience as a school principal, many years there at the Manchester Elementary Middle School, will be taking over the reins for at least the next couple of months or so until April 9th. And then they'll, I guess, they'll be figuring out a plan for who will guide the school through the rest of the year. And just finally, again, town meeting reminder. Town meeting is going to be awfully different this year from what we're all used to. Hopefully just a one-year aberration, but there are information meetings that are going to be coming up on Zoom or an online platform to replace the usual floor meeting that most of us are familiar with. In Sunderland, that will be taking place on February 22nd, 7 o'clock. Manchester's will be held on February 27th. That's a Saturday, starting at 1 o'clock. Dorset, Peru, Landgrove, Arlington, Danby, and Rupert will be having their information meetings on Monday evening, starting at 6:30 or 7. And then, of course, that will precede the basic in-person voting, or mail-in voting, or counting of votes, or dropping off your ballots. That'll be taking place or being finalized on March 2nd, which is the first Tuesday in March, the official town meeting day. You can obviously, ballots are going to be mailed out. You can drop your ballot off whenever you want. You don't have to wait for the information meeting. If you think you've made up your mind on candidates who are running for local offices in your town, or the size of your town budget, and all of that. Also, the Taconic Green Regional District is having its information meeting on February 23rd, and voting for their school directors will also be occurring on March 2nd. But again, just to be clear, you can drop off your ballot anytime at your town hall. You can vote in person on Tuesday if that's what you want to do, or you can mail it in. But if you are going to mail it in, definitely be aware that you want to get that in well in advance before we get to Tuesday, March 2nd. Okay, that'll do it for today. I want to thank you all for being here with us. I'm Andrew McKeever, the news director at GNAT-TV's News Project. Been a pleasure having you with us. Hope you have a great weekend, long weekend for some of you. Got a day off there coming on Monday for President's Day, so I hope that'll give an opportunity to have a little fun and relaxation. All right, take care. Stay safe. We'll see you next week.